So it was started from one of my program directors in radio. And basically, he challenged me to come up with a community event for my show. I was doing nights in St. Louis when I first got there. He's like, Craig, I need you to do something for the community. So I thought about it for a while, and I came up with something for back to school. Let's cut and let's style boys and girls' heads in a less fortunate community, and let's give it for free. Let's do some school supplies with it, and let's make a little day of it. So I started off with like 5 barbers and cut like 30 kids, a small community center in St. Louis. And that's how it got started, from that one challenge from my program director at this radio station called Q95.5 in St. Louis. And it's been going on ever since. For ankles or hamstrings, on the inside, we gonna find them. Gotcha.
Hey everybody, Sunny in the City here, Joe Clay Morning Show at the 2nd annual Craig Shields Foundation's Community Cup for Kids here at the Arc. Now, this is the 2nd annual here in Washington, D.C. and Maryland, but he's been doing this for a very long time, since 2000 when he started it back in St. Louis. So big shout outs to Craig Blac for doing incredible things. As you can see, coming up, you're gonna see all the amazing things that are happening. The kids are here getting their haircuts, and the girls are getting the hairstyle, because you wanna make sure that the kids go back to school in style, so check it out.
So I'm gonna tell you a little story. So Craig Blac, WPGC. I remember back in the day, I'd hang with him, bring my camera everywhere I went with him, and we would go all over town. He used to drive that the PGC Hummer, or the Land Cruiser, I think it was. And we would go all over the city, man, just passing out CDs and shirts and all this stuff, man. Had a good time, actually. But I remember back then, nobody was really going into like the hoods, except Blac.
Right now, it's all about the laptop. You got this brand new, look at this, Windows 10, 14.1 notebook. Intel is inside this thing. You know how much this retails for? This is $1 million laptop, ladies and gentlemen. $1 million. And I'm giving it away. Look at this.
I remember we had just left Virginia, and we were coming down off 295, and I remember I was like, man, he about to turn it into the farms. And sure enough, he turned into Berry Farms. All these kids came on running out to the truck. To see these kids' eyes just light up the way they did, because no one was coming to see them. No one was coming to see these kids in this neighborhood that everybody was terrified of, but Blac was.
We cut and we style boys and girls' heads for back to school. But the key point in that is we build self-esteem in these kids. Because it's like when you have a fresh haircut, or the ladies get their hair done, you know that feeling you have, that good feeling you have, and that's what we try to instill in the children when they're going back to school. That self-esteem, it builds them up on that first day and it helps them learn.
We are doing cuts, but the people that are going first, you need to understand this, are the people that pre-registered online.
My event takes the community involvement to happen. So without the community, there's no community cuts for kids.
Please be Craig Blac or fill out on your cut or your style. We want your edges laid. And for my babies who are not up yet, don't forget we got a Yu-Gi-Oh competition going on.
Trust and believe that Craig Blac was the first person to go into those neighborhoods because he cared about those kids. And so, you know, you hear the story, he'll tell the story that it was a program director in St. Louis that challenged him to come up with an event. And so, sure enough, Community Cuts for Kids was born, you know, 18, 19, 20 years ago in St. Louis. The truth is whether or not he was challenged to do that or not, he'd have done it anyway. That's just who Blac is. Like, he has always cared about these kids out here from day one, way before Community Cuts for Kids. He was caring about those kids, and it's a lovely thing to see. I'm happy to be a part of it when I can. He's been in St. Louis for so many years. I guess this is now the 2nd or 3rd year in DC. I'm a DC boy, man. I come home to make sure I support, and people should get on board with this, because this is a real dude doing real things in real communities that really need it. I've seen that man like spend his own money to make sure these kids have backpacks to go to school. He goes around all over the city to find barbers and hairstylists to make sure that these kids, there's enough people to service these kids who come. And it's a great sight. So Blac, man, we love you, man. Appreciate what you're doing. Keep doing it. And if you can support him, do so.